Hi everybody. In today's oddity section, we're going to be talking about one of the very few unlicensed games ever released for the Sega Genesis that was sold in retail stores. And the game we're talking about was published in 1993, and it's called Action 52. And it's comprised of 52 little games, or 52 games in one cartridge. Action 52 for the Sega Genesis. So this game was an unlicensed game, and one of its primary distribution points was actually video game rental stores. That was one of the main attraction points when they started to sell these games. And when people went to rent them, what better appeal when you look at a game and you say, "Whoa, this has 52 different games that I could try from." So anyway, that was their selling point. So I'm illustrating a couple of the different games that you're going to play, or that you can play through this cartridge. And this one, the first one, it's called Bonkers. And it's kind of like a Pong game, but there's some color patterns that you have to go and use against. So as you touch the different paintbrushes, you can change the color of your ball, and those are exactly the ones that you can then eliminate. Now this is the first level, so it's pretty easy. Really, the challenge set starts as you go further into the game. This next one is called Ooze, and this is like a little platformer where you gotta traverse the levels, and there's obstacles, there's keys, and you get to shoot against monsters. Quite honestly, the mechanics and the reaction time, the whole, this is not a fun game. I gotta share with you. It looks interesting and appealing, but that wears off very quick as you start to die, and you realize that the platforming is pretty rude and incremental. But nonetheless, you gotta admire the variety of what they put in there. Now this next one is really one of the most famous games in the Action 52 branch, especially again if you know some of the history of the Cheetahmen games for the NES. This Cheetahmen is the Sega Genesis, or for the Sega Genesis, and it's just as frustrating as the NES version. Yes, you heard it right. It is just as frustrating, and you will be dying a lot in this game. So here you got to traverse the tree, and there's all different kinds of obstacles, animals in here. You have some snakes, but here's some of the beauties you'll get to watch in this game. I'm going up the branch, and let's try a ladder instead. Boom, I fell, dead. Alright, enough of that one. So the next one is called Sharks, and it's very, very, very simplistic. You are a diver and you're harpooning sharks, and they keep coming through the screen. You gotta love the blood effects. That's pretty explicit for the time, I gotta say. A lot of the games did not display blood that way, but really, the level of difficulty increases by adding more and more sharks and other creatures that can kill you into the screen. So as you traverse level, there'll be more and more obstacles. This next one is called Sidewinder, and you're piloting an airplane, and you got some obstacles and other planes that you'll go and have to shoot at. So here's your enemy plane. This Action 52 cartridge carries a couple different airplane type games, and they carry different camera perspectives. So that's an interesting part of some of these. But really, in the end, these are just little mini games, or small little games, and as you complete levels, they just add difficulty with more enemies, etc. This next one is called Billy Bob, and a Western type scenario, and you're shooting the enemies on the screen. So it's just a matter of pointing and moving your joystick to be able to shoot these folks down, and they keep popping up in the screen. It's alright, not all that it's cut out to be, and if you don't shoot them in time, you lose a little bit of health. So it's all about that target practice and being ready. Next one, Ninja. All right. So here you're a little ninja shooting shurikens and traversing the level as a side scroller. You get to kill the different enemies. You really can't climb on anything. It's just a matter of walking down the screen and making sure you kill the enemies. Now, one thing that always annoys me in this this specific one is look how far up into the screen your character is, which really doesn't give you a lot of reaction time as the screen scrolls to the right. You're right next to the enemies as they pop up. I hate that kind of scrolling scenario. This next one is called Dauntless. And I told you there was a couple different airplane type games in here. We looked at Signwider earlier. This one is now side perspective or different camera view. And you're doing the exact same thing. You're shooting down planes. And the last one I'll showcase here today is called Force One. And it's a shooter type game. And you're dodging the bullets from the enemies. And you're destroying different ships. And as you go up in levels, the difficulty increases. Now, the funny side about this, and some of the things I find entertaining, you can see that it has a seal of quality assurance on the top corner here by Action. But you can obviously see nowhere else is there a recognition or seal by Sega confirming that this is a licensed game. Definitely a collector's item and definitely an oddity. Hope you liked the video, and if you have any comments, please share them, and thank you for watching.